Another day of preparations. Sun has a magical decoy ID and needs Greenie, Beanie, and Meanie to get disguises. They are the insertion team, posing as munitions inspectors. After 12 p.m. when the gunpowder ships arrive, they're going to be checking for a possible factory defect. Croquill, with the aid of ropes, Kennedy and Rooker, will rent a wagon to extract the goods. They are the extraction team. When the distraction hits, they will target a pre-arranged second-story window to remove the goods, one that hasn't yet been chosen. Jane, with the aid of Tiana and Bilgy, will scope out their point of attack. They are the distraction team, and will mount a mock assault. This will occur either at 3 p.m. when the gates open for a poorly guarded rations shipment, or 5 p.m. when the payroll shipment arrives under heavy guard. One last day to find possible openings or complications. Welcome to Bloodwine. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing in the clip.
Nice.
Funny how that do.
It is kind of wild, like, looking back at videos of yourself when you've been doing this long enough, and it's like, yeah, I guess my whole wardrobe's been on camera at this point, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the wardrobe department is really slacking.
Well, I can't go shopping for clothes. Everything is closed. Or everything has been closed. I guess you could now.
Yeah, I probably could now.
I
You
need
could go to,
shoes.
like, a Joe Fresh inside of a Loblaws when you're getting groceries.
Yeah,
Pick up a couple of white t-shirts and
Yeah.
just roll with that.
that is kind of,
is-
yeah.
Those are honestly my favorite item of clothing. Like, this is a plain black Denver
Yeah.
Haze V-neck. That's who I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And, like, it's rough because, like, when you buy them, you get them in a pack, and sometimes you're like, okay, and I put this on, and I put this on, and then you realize that it looks like you've been wearing the same thing for, like, 3 days because you wore the same shirt 3 days in a row.
Yeah, but it's different shirts. It's just
Different shirts.
looks exactly the same. Yeah.
For a while, I had it pretty bad because I would have dark jeans and then these shirts, and then I realized that, like, I basically had a cartoon character outfit that I would be wearing half the time.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys know me at this point. I like a solid color t-shirt, a nice bright color, and the same pants I've been wearing for the past month. And that's sort of me every day.
And the same underwear you've been wearing for the last 2.
2 months, or see, that's a little unrealistic. I do laundry usually once a month when I run out of
that's
underwear.
That's fair. Yeah.
You wait for the limiting reagent.
Yeah, exactly.
Gross. That's so gross. Like,
I started doing laundry, like, super frequently just because, like, I don't want to have to take my laundry down to the laundry room, like, every time. So now it's just, like, it's whenever I fill a single, like, hamper of laundry, and I'm like, I don't want to have to do, like, 4 goddamn loads of this shit.
yeah.
I have been loving the fact that my apartment has laundry in it,
Mhm.
and I don't have to interact with anyone to clean my clothes. It's
Yeah.
great.
I don't have room to make a mess. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing about the laundry is if you do laundry every week, it's only your favorite shirts that ever get worn. What about
Yeah,
what
that's the
about
point.
Mr. Novelty Tee from a function that you went to as a volunteer in grade 11?
See,
That's
that doesn't
true.
fit
That's
me
true.
anymore. That's the problem.
What about him? He doesn't get any love in your wardrobe, but he's still taking up space.
Yeah, he's
You know?
still taking up space, and every single time I see him, I just go, "Yeah, COVID has been a thing."
Yeah.
It is wild how there's entire, like, sections of the wardrobe that have been unused. Like, I forgot how much shit you have to put in your pockets. I have to get new pants. I had a bunch of pants, like, wear down, and then I stopped wearing them. And then a couple of them had, like, knee holes and crotch holes, but in the kind of ways that don't look good. They just make it. The crotch holes don't usually make pants look good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a special kind of pants. Those are your
The knee
dom
holes,
jeans.
Oh, I did not need that memory of that movie. It was safely slumbering like an eldritch creature, and then I remembered it.
Slowly driving you mad now.
I
Yeah.
need to go shopping for clothes so bad. Like,
Everything I have is like pajama pants or sweatpants, because the last time I went to buy pants, it was when all the pants that had worn out wore out, and those happened to be, you know, the nice pants for going outside that are tight enough to keep shit from falling out of your pockets.
mhm.
And I was like, well, it's a pandemic, and I'm gonna be here for a while, and I'm just wearing through like the same couple of pairs of pajama pants anyways, so I might as well just get more like sweatpants, and now I just have sweatpants.
And you know what? It's comfy as fuck.
No, I 100% entirely disagree. Pajama pants, sweatpants are comfy for when it's pajama pants, sweatpants time. If it is not pajama pants time, I feel sick to my stomach wearing pajama pants.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like my legs need that sort of the stiffness, the support of blue jeans, or the freedom of shorts. But if they're sort of trapped in this flannel prison, they think to themselves, now would be a great time for us to be in bed. But
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we got a Borfer. We got a
Wow, we do.
Borfer.
I'm dog sitting for the next week or so.
That was like aggressive, like into the microphone.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
One of the dogs is right at my feet right now, which is Fergus. He's a fine boy.
Fergus.
And Marley is the one who started it.
Marley. It's Marley and you.
Marley. Oh.
Don't name your dog Marley, for the love of God.
Especially if
Emotional
it's like a
associations.
golden lab or a golden retriever.
Yeah,
It's just asking for problems.
it
Yeah.
is.
So, you guys want to play some game?
Holy
Yeah.
shit, is that why we're here?
It is.
It might be.
I thought we were here to talk about pants and shirts.
Sorry. Marley just, like, coiled around one of the cables that was on the ground and, like, carried it across the floor
Yeah.
for no reason.
Well,
Dogs are
it's-
great. I love dogs.
Yeah. Dogs are good. Dogs are good.
Dogs are the perfect level of dumbass where they're really fucking dumb, but also
Yeah.
the perfect level of strong where they don't realize how strong they are and what they're doing to the world around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're capable of hijinks, which is the ideal, I think.
See, Maya grew up in a world of cables.
Yeah.
She kind of learned that if I walk through here, this is going to be a bad time. I'll avoid it.
Mhm.
Stella, a frequent sort of doghouse guest, did not learn this and would just bulldoze her way through any cable that was available.
Mhm.
Yeah, sounds about
It was
right.
her favorite game.
It's dangerous.
It is.
All right. Well, speaking of dangerous, dangerous. Let's get some guard sonas. You guys are the Riverbend Coastal Patrol. You're in small boats. You're going quick over the shore. Sunglasses. Every single one of you mandatory, part of the outfit. Give me some guard sonas.
I am Frank Markison. He is not like first day out, but he is like 2 months in. So he's still the new person around, but like he's learned enough of the ropes. He's done his internship basically, and
Okay,
he feels
so,
like he
like-
knows the company.
So you were the rookie last season, and
Yeah.
now this is like your season 2 arc.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen some shit now.
Dangerous! Alright, I need another guard sona for the Southern
Glenn.
Coastal Patrol. Think Miami vibes.
Miami.
Glenn.
Glenn.
It's Glenn.
Glenn.
If they ask you Glenn what, do you say Miami Glenn?
They asked me Glenn what. I say, Glenn, what does it matter anymore?
Okay, so like season 3 arc was like your prime, and now this is season 4 after something really dark
Yeah.
happens at the end of season 3.
Mhm.
And it takes the youthful exuberance of Frank Markson to bring you back, potentially. or you just drag him
Yeah.
down with you. One of the two.
Well, one of the two.
Dangerous. Dangerous boys.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Billy Bob?
All right, on this episode of Dangerous Boys, dangerous, you're slowly cruising along looking for ne'er-do-wells. They could be on the dock side. All you have to do is cruise up to a nearby dock, or they could be coming along the highway. Where do you see danger?
In my experience, there's always danger on the highway.
Always danger on the highway. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah.
We used to travel down that highway.
I know. Ever since the attack, you've never been the same. But we have to get you back there. Get you working on that.
Yeah.
Like, gives you a big, high, like, 5 on the back. And it's just like, exposure's the only way. You gotta get out there, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, you go back into the dangerous territory of emotional vulnerability. Slowly cruising into the highway. You're looking for people who are here for any number of Imperial Maritime infractions. Riverbend edition. What do you see?
You know, I think those beachgoers, they don't have the correct sunscreen. I think that's illegal.
That might be illegal. I don't quite remember. I'm gonna say that it is, though.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that we're doing good work?
Of course we're doing good work. We're Imperial Guards. We have to be doing good work.
Is this
Maritime
really,
edition.
is this really helping? Hey,
We're protecting the safety of these people, all right? And nothing is more important than that. Your former partner knew that.
yeah.
You guys are slowly tailing behind this boat, waiting to catch them on a sunscreen infraction, when suddenly danger strikes. There is a boat that is going the wrong way down the highway. Well, the wrong way down this side of the highway, and then they should be over on that side of the highway, but it's also maritime, so there's just a couple buoys, so you really want to go in there with a warning, but dangerous.
Dangerous. Do they know how dangerous that is?
That's so dangerous.
They have to make
Oh,
extra sure
dangerous.
that they don't collide with any ships. That's
Yeah.
incredibly dangerous. We need to take them in. We need to.
You look around and it's totally empty. There's no other boat.
There's the one we were going for, which is
Yeah.
way, like, so far in the distance from them.
Yeah.
So immediately, just, like, on the wheel, just being like, we have to warn them. We have to get the people out of the way.
Whoa!
They're not even going straight down the road in real life outside of guard vision. They're moving like perpendicular, where they obviously just pulled off of a different section and are like going to take a southern route.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you guys quickly pivot in your small, maneuverable Coast Guard ship. Your sunglasses all glint in the sun as you go right past them. You've got a whole bunch of lens flares. Dangerously, you come in and you give them a horn to stop.
They better obey. I don't want to have to press this horn again.
Yeah.
They slowly come to a stop by letting up their sails and wait for you to come alongside them.
Good. Gonna bring us alongside. Bob, you ready?
I'm so ready.
Glenn, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do this. Dangerously.
Dangerous. You're slowly making your way alongside. Careful of any danger. You start counting them out. There's 3 of you on this ship, but you're mildly outnumbered. There's 4 of them. Granted, 2 of them are children, but disregard that. There's 4 of them.
I haul out my crossbow. Wives up! Hands up!
As you do this, like you've pulled alongside them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go, hands up, and the dad who's there just like puts the crossbow down and goes, no. And he doesn't even address you. He just looks at his kids and goes, You don't have to do what anybody tells you to do if they bully you. You understand? Now, what's going on that you need a crossbow in our faces?
You guys are moving dangerously. Opposite to traffic.
Are you not aware of boating traffic regulation in this area?
Well, there were no boats for the recommended 100 meters at full speed or the recommended 50 at slow speed. So
Did you not see the buoy line?
I did see the buoy line and used it in my decision to engage in the appropriate traffic protocol.
You call my friend a liar? Are you saying that us Imperial guards aren't really helping to keep the peace, and we're just sort of bullying people?
How dare you say that?
Are you saying that's why my wife left me?
At this point,
sobbing.
in a suspiciously deep voice, one of the kids looks at you and goes, "You never mentioned having another wife."
I'm gonna take a coffee break. You guys wrap this up.
What did that child just say? What are you talking to me, punk? What are you saying?
The kid slaps you and goes, "Don't you give me that lip."
Immediately. Immediately, I'm doing the guard motions of detaining.
As you do that, like, you move to get them ready, and then all of them whip off disguises and flash badges. They are also guards. They start taking out their like weapons and holding them up to you. They're at a standstill.
Wait.
They look at you and go, "You're impersonating the Lobos gang, aren't you?"
How can we be impersonating the Lobos gang? You're impersonating the Lobos gang. We're officers of the law, and now you're impersonating officers of the law too.
No, we were impersonating citizens so that people wouldn't think we're officers of the law because we're an undercover unit, which is...
Oh yeah, let me see that badge a little close. Like, give me that.
No, wait. You show me yours.
No, I'm not falling for that one. Last week you would have had me, but no, I'm a new man. All right, I'm not falling for that. You show me yours first.
Don't you pull nothing on me, punk. He slowly pushes his badge towards you. You snatch it out of his hands.
Damn it. It's legit, guys. These guys are on the level. Sorry about that.
Hold on. You need to uphold your end of the bargain. All of their sunglasses shimmer in the night. You guys have been standing on small boats docked against each other, so you've slowly tilted with the tide. Let's fly.
Glenn, give him your ID.
Is this my life? Macho bullshit dick measuring contests till I die.
Glenn, we don't have time for this. Give him your ID.
Here you go. I'm working on getting that last name changed. She took it in the divorce.
The guy slowly takes your ID, same thing, snatches it, gives it a look. Oh, you're with the 7th. Oh, you know, I actually went to the academy with Sergeant Jeffords. How's the guy doing? How are his kids? I haven't spoken to him in a while.
Oh, they're doing great. They're doing great. Yeah. One of the kids.
Him and Helen are doing just great.
Anyhow, what were we doing again?
Are you a bog
slowly,
fart too? Like this?
Distantly in the background, there's the sign of like a ship being sunk by a pirate ship as they slowly drift off into the sea. Meanwhile, legally parked, so they can't get you on anything on the safe part of the highway, you are docked with your sister ship. You're watching as like the Coast Guard are moving around, just making sure that they're not coming towards you.
I want to make sure, was Reggie that pathetic? Were you channeling Reggie during that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
He was not that pathetic.
It was a little bit of Reggie, a little bit of Hans Mole Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're parked, not illegally. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're good. I think that was the most competent group we ever had.
Yeah.
And to think, you almost caught ne'er-do-wells.
Almost.
Almost. Maybe that should take me back, Helen.
Helen Clarkswell.
Yeah.
So you guys are, as aforementioned, parked a little ways out. You're docked with the sister ship. You're getting all the plans ready. You came by yesterday and went into town to do a little bit of surveillance, check response times, that kind of thing. Now you guys have a more concrete plan, and you've got to do some final preparations before setting it in motion. It is 8 a.m.
Well, we're gonna need a disguise. We're gonna need an entry point planned,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna need to know sort of the interior whereabouts that entry point is. Try to find a window nice and close. Not too close though, but close enough to be a justifiable location to stack up recalled products, but far enough away to get them out safely.
Yeah, I would like to scout the window to try to figure out what the entry point's going to be.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. Sorry. Yeah, and I'm gonna need to know what IDs I'm gonna need to have to forge for you guys,
Right.
as well as any outfits that we're going to need for that.
Yeah, so who is doing what first? You guys all have errands in town.
Town.
I'll do window stuff first, I guess.
All right, who are you going to town with?
Who's the sneakiest out of our group? The group that we have.
We have Tiana, who's probably the sneakiest, and Meanie, I believe, was the sneaky one from the other group?
Greenie.
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 It fell for the classic greenie meanie switch up. It happens to us all.
Happens to us all.
Not me.
They
though.
never get it wrong with Beanie.
No.
No, he's got the goddamn hat.
He's the jughead of the group.
Let's not go crazy.
Probably Tiana.
All right, just the two of you?
Yeah, just the two of us to figure out what window we should be using.
All right. You guys detach, sail ashore. They just drop you off because it's a pair of you, and then sail back to park for a while. There's an open pier that you're able to dock at the front of and then depart from within a certain window. They quickly ask you for information because, this is a port. The guards are like, hey, you flash the port pass and they let you through.
Cool.
You're currently at the docks. Here there's, people milling about. They're wide streets so that wagons can come through, but there's a lot of people, so it would be difficult to move at speed through here. Most of the, bulk traffic from the docks goes down a couple of main routes into town. That being said, the further you get out into the docks, just like the rest of the city, the docks go further than anyone actually needs them to, so you could always go and, park in a distant place, but it would mean that you probably don't want to leave your ship defenses in case something goes wrong. If you were to hit this place during the day, the main route that you're right in front of now, which would be the easiest for just quick pickup and drop off if you're able to reserve a dock right here, you would be under the least suspicion because people are picking things up and dropping them off all the time. But you would have a lot of congestion.
Okay.
From here, you're able to follow the river, which is closer to the middle of town. With the traffic, what's probably about a 5-minute span of time before making your way up to where the repository is. From where you're standing, you haven't approached the building proper yet. You're just kind of sitting off to the side. There is, like, you're by the two doors, like the ones that are in the walled, like, interior section. Further away from you is one of the two doors that go towards, like, the fenced-in shipyard section. There are two
Cool.
stories of windows. There are no windows at the bottom story. The bottom story is all stone with reinforced metal doors. Everything above that is wood.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's easier. All right. We're looking for a window that's kind of out of the way to get to and get out of. Jane would know more about this than me. Could I roll smuggler perhaps to try to find a window that would be good to like use?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, I just had to give the dogs a knowing look.
I
The
don't
little hoops.
personally know anything about breaking into windows.
That's why we have skills.
Yeah.
While she's doing this, I would like to re-roll Sun's identity. Because I think last time I was absolutely trash with it. And this time I'm begging for luck. I'm booning myself on it because I don't trust myself.
I got a 24 to look at windows.
All right, with a 24, you slowly circle around. You check some of the side alleys. They're all a bit too sparse for you to like sit and prepare loudly or anything like that. People might spot you, but for just a couple of minutes, you could sit there and wait. Just because it's you and Tiana and you're a small group, you're able to, as a pair, like basically run the length of the building, like between two major streets.
Mhm.
Every now and then, you just peek through. You see a couple windows and then get a bit further. This, however, is still in front of a major road. Once you hit the end of the alley, though, you know how sometimes with like cities it'll be like major road, and then the extension is like here?
Yeah.
So the way that the repository closes off, because it has to have like a road on each side for defensiveness, you don't want someone to be able to like rent an apartment next door and then just set some dynamite.
Mhm.
So currently, it's like just a little narrow, like nope. Nobody really goes up and down unless there's someone going into the repository, or there's like a couple of residences across from there.
Okay. Cool.
From where you are here, and where you were before, you could kind of do an L shape around the building to like do the assault that I think is on Jane's job.
Mm-hmm.
So for those, you could probably like do a few last minute preparations, attack, and then disappear into an alley. If you were to end up in this small secluded spot that doesn't take a lot of traffic, that's probably your best window assault. But anybody who sees you is immediately going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Mm. I asked for Tiana's opinion.
All right, Tiana gives it an up and down, and then it just starts doing some calculations. She watches someone go by. You can see her in her hand. And goes, all right, if we just start attacking from the crowd, we can get real close in a certain span of time. The wagons don't move faster than the people, so whatever shipment we come in with, we could probably just walk from the other direction. We would need a signal. As for the one over there, you'd have to blend into the crowd, for sure.
Okay. All right. How often do the one that's like kind of secluded but also suspicious? How often do people go through there?
You see like one or two guards going back and forth, but like this is a very big building.
Mm-hmm.
You could be on the far end and like someone might figure as you pass that you're just going to one of the residences. You do see one or two people walking up and down there, like carrying groceries, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very well traveled, and you don't see any alley access there either. There is water access.
Oh, water access.
It is, however, a dock immediately adjacent to the Imperial Repository.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
probably would not like us.
Hmm. Okay. Things always like end up like we're always waiting around a little bit longer than we plan to be.
Mhm.
I find so perhaps the super sneaky in and out alleyway is not a good idea. Maybe we should go like the crowd way. You know?
You
Thoughts,
saying?
everybody?
Are you saying that the one team is going to be slow and possibly delayed by Will?
Yeah. Probably. Okay, I assume so. Something's gonna go wrong.
I already know what the fuckery is, and given the previous fuckeries I've thrown at you, I don't think you're going to guess this one.
Beans.
The previous
Okay.
like this current fuckery is just the shipment doesn't come in. And we're sitting there being like, yeah, weapons inspector, yeah, let me come in, let's look at these non-existent munitions. Well, have a good day, everyone. We're just gonna fucking leave then.
Yeah.
You're just bluffing, like, well, it's a good thing that I happen to be here on this day specifically, because you definitely need a munitions inspector now. I mean, I'm not able to inspect any of these. They're clearly gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to give a write-up. Invisible munitions has been specifically banned. Not allowed to have that anymore, so that's clearly defective. We're gonna have to send that back.
So, back on the ship, Croakwill, you are basically taking your time, like, making these quickly, and then, like, sucking the magic out of them when you're disappointed, which does basically roast the paper on the way out.
Yeah.
So you've thrown a good bit of ashes out to sea until you finally... What's the result?
I haven't even thrown them out to sea. Croakwill has been so maddeningly obsessed with this piece of paper that she is now in her bunk. She's like shut it completely. Warbles isn't even in there. She has left Warbles to be with Rutger. And occasionally just some like ash comes out of there and forms into a small like circle because she's remarkably consistent with it. And yeah, she finally emerges after rolling a 34 because of Boone.
Quietly, Rutger is just like... cleaning up a little bit of the ashes, goes, oh, you're done? Is that the one?
Yeah. Look at this! Just flashes it, and it's just... You can describe it, but it's an image of sun. It has this, like, a proper name, a title on there. It's supposed to have, like, a department that it's a part of, the seal.
Oh, wow, you've been working here for 8 years, eh?
It was like, not me.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah, nope, that's me. 8 year, 10 year. I'm a senior inspector. You know, it's honestly weird that never run into me before.
Does this look like you?
Yeah, that's sort of my general visage.
Okay, I think it's good.
It's my general look on a given day.
Yeah.
And Croco's just like, boom, nailed it. I knew I nailed it. I don't even know what you look like, but I fucking nailed it.
Oh, right. I wouldn't even know it.
So who else is going on the disguise run? Are you leaving people behind with the ship? You guys can also, just for ease of planning, like meta that you're going to communicate to each other later, throw out old plans and come to new ones. Like pretend that you're all just like, all right, so this is my idea, you know?
Yeah.
In reality, you'd be coming back and like spending more time like writing on pieces of paper, spending hours like plotting them and taking them down. But
then Krokel's just randomly like, what if we just ambush the carts outside of town?
Yeah, I suppose
Also
that
fair,
could work too.
They'll
well,
be
yeah.
guarded though.
That's true. They will be guarded.
Oh goodness gracious! Why didn't I get out my character sheet beforehand? It's buried underneath everything. What I want to do
Mhm.
is create what I'm gonna call emergency button, and that's gonna be a big ass smoke bomb. Just a big cover the entire, I don't know, 40-foot radius in dense smoke, so that we can hopefully make a getaway if things go to shit.
Okay.
all right, I will give you. It's size 1 if it's something you can slip into your pocket or the palm of your hand. A size
yeah.
of 2, it would be like stacking multiple constructions together. Size 2 would be like pocket, but like if you were holding it in your hand, you'd be visibly holding a bottle. Size 3 would have to be multiple bottles, so you'd have to make them into a vest. And I'm going to say size 6, like you're basically walking around trying not to make the bottles clink under your shirt.
Yeah, this is definitely a size 2. This is like worst case scenario. I have to pull this thing out. You
All
know?
right. Let's get some crafting done.
All right. Ooh. Man.
What does this thing look like?
This thing is, I mean, it's a sun creation. I feel like it is a black cube with a, like, it doesn't have to have, like, a timer or anything on it. So this is a black cube with essentially, like, yeah, I think it's 2 halves that I'm gonna twist, and it'll be, like, snap some glass or something in there, and then it just starts emitting smoke.
You have a fucking thermal detonator.
Yeah, so it's like, and I chuck it.
All right. Is it just like a plain black cube, or have you painted anything on it?
It would be a plain black cube, and I think in typical Sun fashion, it would have like a designation on it. I have to come up with a funny one, but yeah, just
Alright.
kind of etched into the metal.
Meanwhile, in town, Jane, you are with Tiana. You're both scoping this place out. It's still earlier in the day. It's closer to like 9 a.m.-ish.
Oh. Yeah. Windows. Because probably me and Tiana are on the raiding group, right? Can somebody wait?
Yeah.
What's the breakdown again? There's the Sun group. Where is it just Sun?
It's
That's
not.
gonna be on that group?
It's not going to be just Sun because, dear God, we need someone who can talk with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Either
think-
Canonier goes with him, which I don't think would go over very well because they don't tend to like Canonier in the Empire.
No.
Or yeah, just
One of our shapeshifters.
one of the shapeshifters or me.
Yeah.
But-
You do also have a group of performers with you, clowns
true.
specifically.
True.
I think last time you guys were talking about them basically being like a couple of bumbling new privates, but this is part 2 of planning, so you can still change that if you want.
Right. Okay. So we have that group. We have. What the hell is our plan again?
All right. So the plan is
Okay.
we're gonna get. There's 3 groups. Group 1, I'll call that Sun's group. That group is gonna go in, pretend to be weapons inspectors, and say, "Hey, all these munitions are shitty. I'm gonna have you pile them up over there by that window. Get them out of here." And then we're gonna be a bit of a distraction. Well, Jane's group, you're the window team. You're gonna go in, break in through that window stealthily, and start transporting everything out. Then, sort of that process and our escape is going to be covered by the Crowquill group, which is going to be a bunch of circus performers creating a big old distraction out in the main street.
Right.
And that'll be our cover for Team Sun and Team Jane
Wait,
to
so
escape.
who's on Team Sun?
I don't know yet. But Sun's there.
Okay. Which of the clowns are the best socializers?
I mean, they're a troop. The best
Yeah.
way for them to socialize is as a trio.
Mm. Okay. So we definitely need them in the distractions group.
All right. So
So maybe Croak will go with Sun.
Well, I thought the distraction was like something that happens when a group of guards were hitting the gate. Weren't you guys just gonna like start shooting?
Right. Okay, so yeah, that's what, yeah. And I was going to be part of that group, I think. No, wait.
I think Croquil was part of the window group, and Jane was part of the attack group.
Was I part of the window? I can't be stealthy at all.
all right. All I know is that I'm going in and being a bullet inspector,
Well-
getting the bullets to the window.
Yeah.
Well, the whole reason that you go to the window with the distraction is that you don't have to be stealthy. So that you just like go, get them in and run.
Oh.
Mhm.
Because basically, you're the group that has to like use the confusion to get back into the streets and then get this to your boat.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would be very good in either group. I have 4 dots in smuggling, and I've got 4 dots in weapon. So
Why don't
I could.
can the clown group go in as the window group?
Yep, they have ropes too.
Yeah. Yeah, they like we also have ropes who would be good for it too. Like we
Okay,
can,
yeah.
We can have clowns as window group.
Clowns as window group, sure.
They also have Greenie, who is big hall man.
Mhm.
All right. So revised plan. We're not going to do the Sun voice. Revised plan is Sun goes in, or we'll say Inspector Group goes in, tells everybody, hey, put these right near the window where they'll be easily stolen.
Yeah.
Distraction Group makes a big distraction, and then Window Group comes in, guns blazing, grabs it, and books it. When the chaos of the distraction, and
Window group doesn't come in guns blazing. Window group comes in, grabs stuff, and leaves.
Okay, Windows
The
Group ideally comes in
distraction
and
group.
leaves.
Distraction group comes in guns blazing.
Oh, so Distraction Group comes in guns blazing.
Yeah.
Window Team steals stuff, and then Distraction Group books it without
Yeah.
really accomplishing anything
Yes.
aside from distraction.
Yes.
So the guards are like, haha, we successfully fended them off.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Where did
they're missing all their supplies, and you've already gotten out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they say, oh, thank God those supplies were defective. No need to follow up on this.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd that inspector go?
Suspiciously, the inspector is gone as well.
Hey, are Hawaiian shirts part of typical inspector uniform? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got
You
it.
watch as an armored car, sorry, not armored, just like enclosed and locked, like wooden car. It's painted as like with a local tailor's livery. It's coming with just like a small group of armed guards at 9 a.m. to deliver some stuff. You
Okay.
see them go in to like the enclosed building section. They wave them through. You see them very slowly open the iron gates, and then once it's all the way through, slowly close them shut behind.
Mhm.
You know, son, we
Okay.
should probably get you a uniform. At least something that's fitting. I don't know. Beanie, what do you think? Does the outfit he have currently match Imperial regalia?
My shorts and my Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned. My big hairy belly hanging out.
Well, if you're an inspector, then you would probably want. He takes out something. Basically, a civil officer's uniform right here. You wouldn't have any armor over it, just kind of a tunic.
Why
I
do you have a
imagine-
civil officer's uniform?
Yeah, no, that looks a little restrictive.
You say patting your big belly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've got. Oh, perfect. The one that's one size bigger actually. Hold on, show me that thing again.
The ID? Just like
Yeah, the
I gave
ID
it
or
to
the
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, that's the right rank.
Look at that.
Wait, is it?
Man.
Oh, I think it's always the right rank.
Oh.
Well, now you got promoted.
Well, you know what? I really have done a lot for this this empire, and sorry, I've done a lot to this empire, and I think I've earned it.
You're gonna not want to say that.
Yeah.
By the way, Gabe, you 100% just have like a 34 weapons or munitions inspector ID. That is just a thing that you can have now.
Nice.
I still have my wagon inspector ID.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Knowing that it's going to be the clowns, they'll be fast and sneaky.
Right.
Maybe the alleyway entrance would be better.
It might be.
Well, the one thing the clowns have in common is that they're like clowns. They do a group gambit. They all have individual tasks. So, for example, like Ropes is not sneaky at all. Ropes is professional and deft, but isn't really someone who's in the front. Beanie is a specialist. Beanie has like alchemy, and can do more complicated tasks like picking through locks and stuff like that. Greenie is, jokes aside, like a green beret type. And I feel like this would have been a good time for Gabe to be sitting down.
Sorry, I have to shut that off.
Did you get a phone call?
No,
phone?
the printer was just on printing. I had to go turn it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you heard?
Last thing I heard, we were going down the alleyway. Because
Down the alleyway?
the clowns were a group team that works together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about who you've got on your team. The clowns are really a performing group. They have different skills individually. Like Meanie is more of like a heavy brute. Greenie is more like the infiltrator type. Beanie has alchemy and stuff like that. Ropes is in charge of the ropes, so he's literally just there for like setup and rigging and stuff like that.
Cool.
In terms of your team, there's the three of you. You also have Kenye, who, of course, is able to... You guys work close enough that anything you pass to Kenye, he can operate, if it comes from Sun. He could also operate a weapon. The guy definitely has a lot of chutzpah, so he is ready for heat, even if he's not the best fighter. You've got Tiana, of course, who is your classic infiltrator, pick locks, stab people in the neck kind of thing. You have Rooker, who is affable, is the best way to put it. He isn't usually the best for heists. He's usually the best for patching you together after a heist.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got his uses. He's not as good a shapeshifter as Bilgy, but he's passable. Bilgy is a competent shapeshifter and kind of like a skirmisher mage. Fights with pistols and like cutlasses and stuff like that, alongside curses. So that's who you've got on your team, as well as Croakwill doing magical support. Jane is a sneaky sniper, and Sun's on demolitions.
It might be worthwhile for Rooker to be with Sun, purely because I don't think screwing up shapeshifting and revealing that you're a beast folk in the middle of an imperial town while attacking a armed station is the best image for beast folk in the area.
Well, I mean, this is not the Western Empire. You could just be beast folk here.
Oh, true.
In fact, most people here are beast folk.
Okay.
I mean, Sun wants Bilgy. Sun would feel most comfortable with Bilgy as sort of a talker, backing him up.
I'm just picturing them walking in and just like, yes, of course, yeah, so about them munitions, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you want me to be pretending to be? Pervert, Colonel?
Pervert. I've never heard of that one before. Tell you what if I'm the inspector and you're the, who would be like assigned to guard an inspector, someone that would be,
Liaison.
No. That's a type of fish.
So at the same time, like talking over each other, Bilgy goes, "Adventurer hired," and then Rooker goes, "Guard from other unit in town."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rooker got. In fact, Bilgy, you've been demoted to not being on my team. Rooker, you want to come? You want to come with me?
What the fuck? Son, why?
I think Rooker
Bilgy-
maybe has got this one a little more planned.
Bilgy just kind of chuckles and then quietly shifts his chair closer to where, like Jane and Tiana are sitting.
Yeah. I think that me and other management have been discussing, and we think maybe you're best suited to work with Jane.
I like stroke my crossbow.
I understand it's a difficult decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That still leaves Sun's group a little bit vulnerable.
well,
It's just a pair.
we need a third.
Too bad we can't send the apparatus with him.
Well, I mean, Sun starts to say something and then instinctively waits to hear if the apparatus is going to growl. And when it doesn't, he goes, guess the apparatus doesn't really care. Well,
Wait, isn't Crowquill going with you
Yeah.
too?
I thought Crowquill was coming as a,
I could definitely go with them and leave the clowns to do clown things.
Yeah, the clowns are our window team. Me, Tiana, and Bilgy are going to be our guns blazing team. So yeah, so what do we need to figure out now? Exactly when we're going to do this
Yeah.
during the
Also, are
day.
you guys carrying things when you leave the window, or are you renting a wagon?
Right.
oh, right.
Ropes is going to be the guy in the van.
It depends on which window we're using, I think. We should figure out what window we're going to use and then decide if we're going to rent a wagon.
I mean, I think renting a wagon is a no-brainer. You don't want to be sort of a slow down any if things go tits up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, for sure, we'll pick a window keeping that in mind.
So along the longest face of the building,
Mhm.
there's a weak point where like the guards would take a lot of time to respond when you get to the window, and if you had the attack on like a far corner, one of the corners where you could duck out of the alleys, you'd be able to make people look the other way. If you were to pick the same spot, you could also go the furthest way out and kind of the offshoot where it would be conspicuous if you were to show up, but that's close to the fences, so you would just need to like throw a rope over a fence, climb 2 stories, then hop the other side.
Okay, I like that. Were those 2 different locations, or was that like, were you describing one
Window, 2
Okay.
options.
One
No,
window?
rectangle.
Yeah, rectangle.
This way, attack.
Yes.
This way, enter through window. This way, enter over fence. This way. Water is this way.
Gotcha.
I'm not picturing this in my brain right now. What I'm imagining is a waterfall coming over top of the building. There's a fence, and the attack is coming along
what we're
the side
doing,
of the building.
this is top down Warble's view. We have water going up here,
Okay.
and then we would
Is
have
this a lake or like a river?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we would have the attack team over here, right, Will? And then we would have basically us infiltrating down here. And then we would have the window team over here to go and grab it. So we're using 3 of the 4 corners of this base of operations.
Okay,
right?
I want to correct you on that. The infiltration is the wagon inspector. So that's going to be someone who just walks in the door, ideally. So there's no point of attack, you just walk in.
True.
In terms of the attack, you'd be attacking one of the heavy doors because those are the ones that take a while to close. That's when the shipments come through, they open them up. So it would be the most plausible, like, let's try to attack this kind of plan if you wanted to do something in Fake Out.
Yeah.
When the attack takes place, there are 2 places you can come from. Did you pick a location for the attack, by the way?
I did.
Okay, so in that case, there's a building, and you would have to pick one of 4 doors for the attack.
Mhm.
There's 2 by the fenced-in area and 2 by the building. In terms of ways in, the one way with the alleys would be the best if you're smashing and grabbing, and they're heavily distracted, but it's heavily trafficked, and there's like an armored door right there with guards outside it. The window from the middle is like between 2 doors, so if there's a distraction on either far side, they'll be looking the other way. And then if you were to jump the fence on this side, it's a disused road, so as long as you're in and out of there fast, people might not even notice that there's like a wagon sitting there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm drawing a map here in MS Paint. To the north we have a river.
But that's actually not a bad idea.
So to the north we have our river here.
Sorry, I'm not trying to sass you guys for this because this is just a communication moment, but like it's a rectangle.
It's a rectangle, yes, but we have to remember all 4 sides of the rectangle.
Yeah, it's a rectangle, but it's like what is on what side?
Yeah, so to the north is the river.
Confusing me.
To the west is the road.
Okay, describe things that you think are in the building
We
for
have a
your
fence-
attack plan.
We have a fenced-in area.
Okay, that is on the right-hand side.
Right-hand side, we have a fenced-in area that juts off from the building.
It is half of the building. This is a massive stockyard.
Okay, massive stockyard. That's like, like just straight up half the building, like sort of a warehouse, kind of, or not a warehouse, but like an open storage area, fenced off there. Okay, then there's the road.
Hang on, I can do this way shittier than you can.
Oh, okay. Well then yeah. Oh, you got it going right there. Okay, you go for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we
Okay.
got
Perfect.
we got the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got zone.
Is that the building?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Ken, and I'm doing this not to be an asshole, but already you failed because I don't know what the zone means.
This is the building, right?
This white square is the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or
we have
the black square is the building.
How about the GM describes?
Target.
Okay, that's the target building.
Also, look at that fucking T. That is a perfect T.
That's a perfect T. A shame they can't all be like that.
I know, right?
Man.
It is really crisp.
Yeah.
Okay. Will, please describe for us.
Water is up. This is along the river. That basically you cut this whole thing across the whole thing with water.
Please draw some squiggly lines.
For the love of God,
lines.
make them blue. Oh my, that's the worst way you could have drawn water possible, but okay.
Squiggly lines. There we go.
Wait, is the water? Wait,
Keep them going as if this thing's like right along the shoreline, but it goes the whole way along.
The whole way along.
Yeah,
so
so
we
water-
just got water.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, now imagine there's like big, like 90-degree angle streets that flank either side of this, and then there's one that goes right in front of it, not in front of the water, but on the other side.
So on the other side, we're going to have like street and then like 90-degree angle street like this.
The intersection snaps to the corners of the building, not the middle of it.
It's like a big H.
Okay.
Oh, it's an H. Okay.
It's like an H, but the lines keep going as well.
Yeah.
So we get a nice little street going like this.
Yeah.
And then like this.
I sure hope our viewers are able to see what you're drawing, because that'd be very unfortunate. This next hour of us drawing the map.
I think that's why Ken took over.
That's
because
why I
otherwise
took
it-
over specifically because I was like, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming the roads also
This
go
is
up
exactly
here.
what I wanted out of this session. So,
Yeah. Here's the chaos. There we go.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have our target.
especially, I like the fact that it's on top of the map table because I'd like to imagine that it's literally on top of the map on your like ship map table.
Yeah. Somebody's coloring with crayon over like a fucking newspaper.
It's incredible that we're letting Croquill do this, and it's also incredible that all of these descriptions come from Jane running out there and looking and then running back and being
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not how it looks at all.
And then I just imagine Tiana just jamming a knife and it's just like, this is where we're attacking from.
I'm not done drawing, Tiana! Come on! Some restraint, please!
Crocquill's just sitting there actually being helpful because everyone else is like, no, the north, no left, no right. And then Crocquill's like, you said north, but then you also said south, and you said right, and you said left, because you're not looking at the drawing where everyone's disagreeing.
Knife.
Okay.
This is
that's
attack
the knife.
squad.
Alright.
Like, I'm just imagining Jane or Tiana just like staking down. This is where we are the diversion.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how now this is almost like city blocks?
Yeah.
Right where the knife is now is like the fenced inside, and the bit that it's north of, that's the one city block that doesn't have alleys. The rest all have alleys that you could duck through.
I see. Okay. So the
Wait, bottom right doesn't have alleys?
Like there's a big L, and then the one on the right side, directly opposite the target building, is the one that doesn't have any alleys.
Okay.
Yeah, like that spot. So if you want to do little snaky alleys so that they like attack and escape plan is there.
This is
Wait,
very...
I thought that doesn't have alleys.
Yeah, you got it backwards.
Control Z can suffer for your mistakes.
I always suffer
Wait,
from
I
my
thought that was a
mistakes.
road.
Will, why didn't you open Roll20 for this? You're a fucking monster.
As
Okay.
someone that is
Everywhere else, except for the roads and the one there, has alleys.
You know, by the time next session comes around, all of us who are still in town are vaccinated. We don't have to suffer like this anymore.
That's
But
true.
I want to suffer like this.
It is a little bit funnier.
It would be incredibly funny if the three of you were there and then there's Gabe joining in remotely. Hi!
Guys, I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
I feel like the best gimmick is to just have a separate monitor that's just Gabe.
Yeah,
man.
like we could set Gabe up as a monitor.
Yeah. You could set up a little terrarium for me.
Please
Yeah.
know
Give me a little
that
enrichment.
that hurts my soul from a video quality having to record a screen.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
That's actually a good point. We would just be using this setup and then using different camera angles.
Yeah.
It would really be like Gabe next to like the feedback thing. We should do this at a time that isn't on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's content
so
and then there's like
We already have a problem trying to
this.
figure out where things are in a map, while also not trying to figure out where things are in Ken's room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so this is
It's
like
enough 3D space.
this is like no go for escape.
No, that's a road. It's no go on the other
road.
side of the road.
Okay, so it's no go for an escape.
Yes. Yes.
So basically, anywhere else, you could just pick a random point in the middle of the street to attack from an alley.
Okay.
Now, the side that the X is on, that entire half of the building is fenced in.
So we
Okay,
got
so like
But this
between-
is the area where you could easily toss a rope over to get over.
Yep.
Okay.
so like draw a line right on top of the G that's like fenced in, not fenced in.
Maybe like brown?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have to quickly try and color picker brown. There we go. So this side is all sort of fenced in and looks like shit. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's the
yeah.
get. The whole get is
The
fenced
whole
in.
the whole get is fenced in. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There we go. We got get.
We got get.
And
then
is
basically-
that
Oh my God.
outdoors? Like that's not the building?
It's got a tall fence, and then there's like a rain shed, so it's like windy. From the other side, when you did your initial like check, there was a place where like you were near a church with a bell tower across the river, and from there you could see that the whole stockyard section is like open from the water, but around here it's fenced in.
You know,
So the last thing is that you have an entrance on either side, and then 2 underneath, like the tar one, and then the get for the other.
okay. So there's like a possible entrance. Let me just add another image here. Let's see, what do I want? There's a possible clown entrance. That looks awful. Let me resize that. Clowns
Clowns as
going
window
on.
people, or clowns as...
Clowns as window. Possible entrance here.
Yeah,
With
like all the way
distraction
up at the
over here.
water, it would be deep down that road.
Okay. So possible entrance here with attack squad possibly over here. And then the real people doing all the work are going to be the fucking stars of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Infiltrating wherever there's a fucking entrance.
Probably just the front door.
Going straight in through the front door. There we go.
Okay.
Well, the attack squad, it doesn't matter where you enter. You're just walking in and showing them an ID.
Yeah.
So you're just getting in there. But there's 4 entrances for the attack squad to target. Because otherwise you're attacking, like, barred windows and plain walls.
Yeah. Ken, I hate to say this, can you please do like a little dot for each door or something?
Yeah.
Okay, Will, where are the doors?
1 on
He
each
just-
side?
Okay.
And then
then
2 on
one-
the bottom.
Yeah. Under the E and the O.
That's an A! It says target!
Sorry, I forget.
There we go. Okay. Oof.
Okay, what about like possible windows that we could get into? Could you make those like, I don't know, blue or like another color?
Just get a second push pin because it's the same idea. Basically, between the 2 doors is another point that you could infiltrate. Like, do the window thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. There and the top right is another spot
Yeah, where the push pin is.
where the push pin is. Could you put a yellow box there too?
Okay.
But there's already a push pin.
We got
No, the push pin is
We have to put the pin
representing
in.
the push pin is representing the actual window team, where they
Yeah.
are actually going to go. These are
Okay,
just our
so-
options.
those are our so those 2 windows are our options.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of window team.
Now, if we
Got
want the biggest distraction, if attack squad is coming in over here,
Yeah.
then it would make sense for them to go here. If
Right.
atta-
Draw everybody away.
If attack squad's going right here, then it doesn't make much sense for them to use that window either. But if attack squad is also attacking over here, it doesn't make much sense for them to go here. Well, actually, they could use either one, really.
And just for clarity of language, attack squad is the one that's creating a big distraction by
Yes.
attacking them.
Yes.
The attack squad is the one that is intentionally attacking people.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This makes a lot more sense
Yeah.
Thank
now that I'm able to
God. This entire time, I've
It
been
finally paid off.
this entire time I've been sitting here going, I have a drawing tablet. This would look so much better on a fucking drawing tablet. And then the
Yeah.
other half. Whoa. Jeez.
Big
See?
noise.
Just
Disagreement.
They've got things to say.
Yeah.
But the other half of my brain is being like, it wouldn't be any better. it wouldn't be any better. I would just have less of an excuse.
Yeah.
Which makes it funnier too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all
So
love MS Paint. MS Paint is true to all of us.
so what we should do is window squad top right, attack squad bottom left, infiltrating squad, just straight through the front door.
Yeah. Yep. And then
That's my thought.
so yeah, just pile all those things.
Where didn't you say that there was like a big gate that they had to roll in and like open?
Yeah, all 4 of them are like that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so we need to figure out. Right. Okay.
Now, do we know where the shipments are coming in from for the heavily armored and the other thing?
Hey.
Ooh, Cujo
Well,
over
you know,
there is
you-
not
Sorry.
happy.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah.
Hey.
Doggos, man. They be borfers.
I got a doggo right here who's just asking for pets.
Yeah.
Is it the squirrels that sometimes live there? Are they freaking you out?
The squirrels are the natural enemy of dogs. My parents'
No.
dog does that all the time.
I gotta say, I don't think squirrels feel the same. Like, I don't think squirrels give a shit about dogs.
No, squirrels don't give a shit about anyone. Let's be real here. Squirrels don't regard anything.
No. No, they don't.
They're just assholes. All squirrels are assholes.
Yeah.
This is the universal truth.
It is. And you're right to say it, and you should say it more.
I should. Squirrels are assholes.
Thank you.
It's cathartic, really.
Yeah.
It's the great realization.
Yeah. Man, I feel like generally I'd have some fun thing to say, or I'd like go on some crazy thing, but now squirrels, they just are assholes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They cause trouble. They cause ruckus.
That's all they do. I love them, but they just cause issues.
They also have like a wild look in your eye if you ever see them close enough.
One time I was walking to campus and I was like, man, this is I love walking to campus when I'm in school and not COVID. And I passed by a garbage can and said, time to throw out my chewing gum. And it turns out there was a squirrel in the garbage. And he decided that was the best time to do a flying leap out of it. And that was upsetting.
Sounds about right. Yep.
Squirrels will speak to each other and be like, remember, they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
And they're right!
This is true. We are terrified of them.
Well, maybe you are. I'm the only person there who's like standing the squirrels. I'm like, well, this is a really shitty staircase. I don't blame you for moving into the walls.
Yeah, no, there's that. But, like, if the squirrel is coming at you, if the squirrel decides that you're sort of in the path that it wants to take, there's nothing you can do.
I mean, I don't know. I went to summer camp a lot growing up. I did scouts. I did a lot of outdoorsy stuff. I don't get sugared as easily as I used to.
I did too, but I went to summer camp all the fucking time. Every goddamn year I went to summer camp. And I still get sugared by squirrels.
Well, see,
Because tell me that you're not really a little bit put off. Because I was walking through the park one time, having gotten groceries, and all of these squirrels were just gathering behind me. Just one squirrel started walking behind me. I'm like, oh, hey, bud. And I look back and there's 2. I look back and there's 3. All of them just being like, how's it going, man? What you got there? I see that you got some bags there. Do they happen to have any food? I'm like, I just want to go home.
See, they targeted you. They know that you're weak and easily flustered.
Yeah.
They know that they can get you all bamboozled.
They sensed fear, and they were right.
They sent the squirrel gang down.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it was scary as shit.
Focus, team. Focus. Attack squad. They're gonna attack the bottom left of the building. Should we, or maybe just the left of the building? Do you see this dog right in the bottom left?
Yeah.
Just kind of
behind
like
the armrest.
staring, just being like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey.
She's like, hey, it's playtime, right?
Oh, if I go over here, I actually get as white as Maya too.
Yeah.
Thanks, lighting.
Let me try. Oh, no, maybe side. No, I just the light is shitty everywhere. So
Yeah.
Let's pull out that map. What are we doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ. One sec. And you gotta do that, and there.
Yeah, okay, so we should figure out what deliveries go to the either bottom left or like very left gates, and specifically attack during those deliveries.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the tailor come in with the uniforms at 9 a.m., which is before the gunpowder comes in for the day. They went through like one of the armored doors, the heavily armored ones in the like tar side of the building.
On the far right,
Sorry?
or like right bottom gate. Is that the heavily armored one?
On the left.
Okay, on the very left.
Yeah.
Is heavily armored. What about
Like-
bottom left?
They are all armored. I misspoke. I meant to say like the stone, and there's a side with a fence and there's a side that's an actual building.
Okay. And the tailor at 9 a.m. came through the one on the left. Okay.
You missed the ration ship or the water shipment that comes in at 8 a.m. So you would have to do that like the day of, or delay your heist another day. The next shipment to come in is like a poorly guarded shipment from like bringing a whole bunch of ship timbers and stuff. They go in through like the unattended side with the big T at 11.
Okay.
The arms and armor come in from the beginning T, like the tar T, at noon, at the same time that the powder shipment comes in by boat.
Oh, that's perfect. 2 shipments at the same time? Chaos.
It is the shipment that needs to be inspected, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay,
It is the
okay.
shipment that needs to be inspected. What I'm concerned about is there any like daily shipment for the heavily armored thing?
Clarify.
Because they're supposed the things we can hit, it was like a heavily armored thing that we don't know what's inside it. That was a thing that was on the list.
Was it? When was it? During the day?
Fuck if I know. It was the one of the last.
Because like I have the same notes and I don't know what you're talking about.
It was one of the last things, I think, on the shipment.
Okay, like late in the day.
Okay, yeah, late in the day, super late in the day.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. It's very difficult to try and keep up a casual, like, straight-faced conversation while you're doing stuff like that.
Well, the issue is we get into a cycle. I start giving you details, and you go, "We got to make this interesting," and then you miss the details.
That's true, yeah.
Completely, yeah.
Every time.
All right, 3 p.m. Rations come in from the E on target,
Okay.
and 5 p.m. there's an armored wagon which comes from a printing shop.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the A.
It's the A. All right. That's the one. 5 p.m. We're fucking going and we're shooting up the place.
All right.
So when does the inspector come in and start working? What kind
4
of window
p.m.?
do you have?
No, I'm thinking.
We'd want the boxes moved. We want to ensure that the boxes are moved by then, so maybe 3?
Yeah, I'm thinking 3 p.m. Worst case scenario, inspector comes in, tells them to move, they move them, and then the inspector leaves.
Yeah.
You know, before the chaos happens. I'm not
It
doing
does mean
anything.
that you wouldn't have any extra hands on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
That's
you want to
true.
be out of there before things go down.
It's true.
It could be, there could be a moment of incredible convenience where we can get out the window with them.
I think if we go at 3 p.m., I mean, how many crates would there be, and how long would it take to move them all?
This is a warehouse. That's kind of the ultimate question.
All right. Well, I think if we give 2 hours, we say, "Hey, move everything. I'm gonna stay here and like do a thorough inspection of these." Like I could buy, we could buy time if we need it. You know.
All right. So 3 p.m. around the same time as the ration delivery. Do you want to go alongside them, or do you want to come at a different time? Like just a minute or two prior, or like from a different door?
Probably. I feel like, yeah, we want to avoid. So there's gonna be the ration delivery. If they're going to be unloading that, and then I come in, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, we'll get to that after the ration delivery. So maybe let's say 3:30. Give them some time to start getting settled in that, and that gives us an hour and a half to start moving crates.
All right, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Does it sound like an idea?
Yeah.
That sounds like
Like
a
a
plan.
plan?
That sounds like a definite plan. We actually came up with a plan on this show.
Yeah. Hey, we've done it before.
So let's
That's
say it's 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. Do you have everything you need to go?
Got my ID. I got my
I don't have...
costume.
I mean, I guess I could be the wagon inspector as well. We double this up. If
You
I'm going
could
in
also-
with Sun.
You can
No,
also be my
just be an assistant.
yeah. You could be my scribe. I could be like, yeah, write that down.
Krokul genuinely gives you the exact same look that I am giving you now, which is just...
I mean,
Scribe.
you wrote this, didn't you?
We don't want them to know that. We don't want them to... I'm blind.
All right, then I don't know. Maybe you're my assistant that's good at math.
I'm not good at math, though.
I don't need to know that.
Can't you cast?
You saw me at the Rookery. I can't do the hexa system. I don't even know what the fuck that is. They explained it to me. I still don't know what that is.
All right. Well, maybe then you're Now, what sort of place within the Empire would somebody with a visual impairment serve?
I mean, in the Empire, it would be dead. But, you know.
Not explicitly. Just, let's just say no one hires you, and let's just say that no one comes to save you when no one hires you. Who's to say?
Situation sorts itself out. It's fine. I still think Wagon Inspector is my best bet. We're just doubling it up.
You could be rookie munitions inspector.
Yeah, I like just be an assistant. Be like just pretend to be like there, like an intern.
But I don't know anything about me. Well, I guess
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Like you're an intern.
Here's
All
what you got. You got to tap your timepiece and be like, "Oh, boss, we're gonna be late. You better hurry this up." I'll be like, "Yeah. I'm getting to it."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, sure. And I go off and just be like, Beanie, do we have any other costumes for that still?
Remind me, you're an intern?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about wizarding unit?
It's something I can look in. Like, that's a part I can act, so sure.
All right. It makes sense. You could talk some bluff about alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
All
No, I
right.
can't. I don't know shit about alchemy. The lowest score I can get on an alchemy roll is an 11. So that, you know what? I can bluff my way through an alchemy.
Yeah. It's like
enough to be able to
I
fake
know
it.
that alchemy exists.
It's the same. It's like the same. It's like trying to bullshit your way through a hockey discussion. It's like, oh yeah, number 19, he's really got to watch his temper. It's like they all do. They're hockey players. It's the same shit. It's like, oh man, this reagent pretty volatile, but if it's kept safe, it'll be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all of them, dude.
I like to imagine Sun is saying that, and then like, who was it that was the alchemist in the group? Was it Beanie or Greenie? Was it Beanie? Beanie's just kind of like, what?
Right? No, you be like, for example, you go like, oh yeah, rhubarb. Not to be confused with rhubarb. This is rhubarb, and yeah, it's pretty volatile, but if you store it right, it'll be okay.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going off to make that ID.
Do we want to run this like right now? Like try to do the infiltration right now?
No, we should be doing it around that time.
No, I
That's
guess.
going to be next session.
That's
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I could see the panic in Will's eyes as you said this.
Okay, I thought that was what Will was like alluding to. Like if you guys
also
were
need
ready
to-
right
yeah,
now.
but like I'm not ready. I need to make my ID.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and also, so I rolled a 34 to make that rather a 30 to make that smoke bomb.
All right. And is that a double dose? Like you made
That-
2 bombs, basically?
Yeah.
All right. You've got a 30. You've got this cube with basically binary reagents that once you crack open the glass pane, just start to fulminate.
I'm booting myself for this again because I don't want. I'm not screwing this up.
I'm polishing my crossbow.
So I have another 34 ID that is rookie munitions inspector.
I'm gonna draw winky faces on the arrows.
You imagine
So, the
taking-
way that you've built these, because they're both booned and they're the same general idea, they only work if you both flash them at the same time.
You jerk. I'm gonna have to guess when Sun is putting. Like, Sun's gonna have to grab my hand, lift my arm up, and me have the ID in my hand,
Yeah.
ready to go.
You can hear like if Sun just shuffles for it, you know, like, oh, here's my ID. He shuffles.
And Sun is the kind of
You
person
know?
that groans every time he has to reach into his back pocket, like, oh, let me twist around here. So
Yeah.
You know.
You know.
Also, I can't think of. Like, it's okay. Just imagine you're a guard, a town guard, getting paid to guard things. Out of nowhere, there's a freak attack for no reason, seemingly for nothing, where somebody shoots an arrow into your spleen, and you have to go to like a hospital and have them carefully remove the bits of bone and the arrow. And after that, like agonizing surgery, they drop the arrowhead on that little table, and it has a winky face on it.
I would keep it. I'd put that shit on a necklace.
I mean, it's probably the highlight of this fucking life right there. Let's be real.
I don't think it would be actually. I don't think that would be good.
I'm drawing little winky faces on the bolts.
I don't, man. Not to mention, you etch that metal. That's a breeding ground for bacteria. You know, that's not going to be
So-
good for his body.
It depends what type of resin she uses to finish it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the crossbow bolt isn't gonna be good for his body.
Well, yeah, I guess I can't argue with that.
So, is the window team in charge of getting a wagon for rental and bringing it back to the ship?
I think so. Yeah.
Where's the ship going to be?
Where is the ship gonna be? I don't know. Probably. He said our options are like if you could do it like right up close, but then that'll be really busy.
Yeah.
Or you could do it a little bit further away.
Also,
Yeah.
if we're having a wagon, it would be very difficult to get that there, you know?
I think our options are fucking close or fucking far, and my vote is for far, because if it's close, then we have a bunch of guards swarming us as we're trying to load. If it's far, it's like you
We
just
have
have
the
to get them
potential,
to
right?
lose a wagon. You know.
Yeah. Okay, far it is. Kind of out of the
Alright.
way.
So, tomorrow, you guys are going to dock. Make sure everything's in position. 3:30 is the insertion. 5 o'clock is the attack.
Yep.
All right. As you guys are scouting out your spot, you've picked out where you think you're going to dock. It's not uncommon for ships to go and dock places for the night. Would you dock somewhere else for the night, then move here for the pickup, or are you going to like camp in your spot?
I feel like we want to camp out the spot for one reason and one reason only, and that's if somebody else gets it, our whole operation. That's another snag, you know. If we just camp out in the spot we're gonna be, that's like just easier for everybody.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. We're gonna camp.
All right. You've slowed up. It's an evening, but not much is happening here. Everything's elsewhere in town. You notice that, like, in the inside of town, things aren't as loud as they were, like, another night. There's a couple of guards coming and going, but they're, like, ways away. You do notice that there's little papers everywhere, like on walls and like lamp posts and stuff like that.
What do they say?
Well, you make your way off the boat, make your way up and give them a look-see. It seems to be a manifesto.
What does the manifesto say?
Well, end imperial murder. A quarter of a century has passed since our land was the chosen meat pulp for the genocidal war machine, as time has shown that their loss didn't prevent our people from being meat pulp again. How many of you have tail nubs from their blades? How many remember the piles of dead children? And yet our people are stolen and detained and beaten and executed by another foreign slaughterer. And this time of scale, not skin. The big lie pushed by imperial propaganda was that we're all beast folk, united against our oppressor. And yet, decades later, skin slaughterers walk among us as tourists. If the Empress asks you to give your children to be cut up and tortured, would you? Would your minds be so beaten and feeble you would accept this? The oppression of the chosen people of Script will never cease until every traitorous sellout is beaten, their palaces burned. The only way forward is to reject material excess and accept that we are beasts as Script made us. Burn their homes and businesses, monuments to our dead children. Reject the Empire. Destroy imperialism now.
Hurl your feces at them!
Yeah, I don't know politically which side of this I'm coming down on.
Politically, I'm coming down on neither side, but fuck.
Politically, I just want to shoot someone.
I am coming down on the side of they're gonna have more guards.
Maybe.
They
But it might also be extra distractions.
Might also be extra distractions. Or they might completely blow our cover.
Or, you know, this might be sort of a group responsible for sabotage of munitions or something. Would make more sense why a munitions inspector would come down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we'll just have to see.
Okay.
I seriously doubt a group would put out a manifesto and then the very next day attack a location.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my... No, I am not ready to go. There's one more thing I need to make. And this will be really easy. I need to make a dud shell. Or a couple. I need to make fake munitions that don't work in case they ask me to prove it. Holy shit, I can't believe I forgot that. Oh my god. That would have been disastrous. I need to make dud fake shells that I can slip in there in case they ask me to prove it.
Yeah, all you would need to do basically is like work 3 times as fast and just not care.
Son reads this manifesto and just goes, "Oh fuck!"
Runs back to the ship. Yeah, all right. I'm doing that before tomorrow. Holy, that would. Could you imagine if they just asked if I had handed on a silver platter this mistake to Will to ruin my life with?
I like how much you guys are shoring up like all the possible avenues, because most of the time I'm like, haha, you wacky goofballs, it wasn't that. But every now and then I'm like, good. You caught me this time.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Meanwhile, we have Go-Go Gadget's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I make things. And sometimes stuff.
It's like
things and
Inspector
stuff.
Gadget, but everything you make is actually supposed to explode instead of doing it by accident.
Inspector Gadget is the thing that explode, though.
You do.
You do.
They made an Inspector Gadget movie, and that shit's horrifying. He
They
just
made a
woke up
sequel
like
to
that.
the Inspector Gadget movie, and that's even more horrifying.
And it was live action. It was live
In
action.
fairness, the first one wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was tolerable.
Yeah.
It was tolerable for a kids movie from the 90s. The sequel has no excuse.
Expectations weren't that high.
No.
They were not that high.
Yeah.
No, they weren't that high when I think that year their competing movie was Cats versus Dogs.
Oh, The Revenge of Kitty Galore?
The one with their spies?
Yes. Yes, I think that was the same year as Inspector Gadget.
Hey, I got a new pitch for a new Wes Anderson movie called The Island of Cats versus Dogs.
Is it just an island of all the VHS copies of Cats versus Dogs?
Yep.
It's like the Garfield Beach.
Yeah. Yeah, the Garf Beach. Hell yeah, dude.
Apparently the shipping container is like wedged down there, so it's going to be leaking Garfields for they estimate like another 30 years.
Nice.
That's
Amazing.
magical.
Man.
I want to live in the land of beach Garfields.
Luckily you do. This is real life. You could go there.
It's beautiful.
Let your very own.
Okay, so if you want to see more shenanigans and more Garfield beaches, be sure to tune in next week where this inevitably goes wrong. It's gonna go wrong. I know it's gonna
yeah.
go wrong.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Shit's gonna fuck with us so hard. It's gonna
Because
be
Will's been
great.
here the whole time. Because
Yeah.
Will's been hearing what we're planning and thinking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, be sure to tune in for that. Next stream is gonna be Friday, I think. I think I'm playing Mass Effect on Friday, and then Saturday for more Fable
friend?
action with Will.
With your friend behind you on the
Yeah,
couch there.
yeah, with my waifu Tally, my
What
glorious.
is that? What? Like,
Oh, you don't know?
Oh no. Oh,
Let me introduce you to my body pillow waifu Tally.
Oh no. She's no.
what is that?
So
Like, what is that from?
Mass
Mass
Effect.
Effect. Mass Effect.
What's on the other side?
You don't want to see the other side.
I want to see
Oh,
the other
come
side.
on.
Okay, the other side is fine. Yeah, she wears a suit the entire time. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
she can't take it off.
Yeah, she can't take it off or else she'll get sick and die.
Okay.
So you gotta,
Man, I should get a body pillow.
Honestly, highly recommend. They're just comfy.
I have a body pillow.
My issue is that I want a body pillow for the sake of like bracing your body against it when you sleep, but I
Yeah.
don't know where to find one that wouldn't be a waifu, you know?
You could
Like,
buy
think
them
you
on
could-
Amazon. I literally bought that body pillow on Amazon, and it
There
came
are
with a
ones-
cover that's just a cover.
There are ones that are like specifically for pregnant people to like support your body as you're
Yeah,
pregnant.
Ugh.
It would help me
This-
with my baby.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is my waifu. This is my waifu TV static. Every time I get angry, I can close my eyes and see her.
All I have to do is stare at a light for a little while.
Yeah.
You can hear her too if it's really quiet.
I stare at her for 3 hours and then my powers activate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a good time to cut it.
Yeah, let's cut it there. All right.
Outro.
We don't have an outro. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Fucking Christ.